Kilmarnock and 13 points clear of Celtic in third. It's not exactly a fixture that fills them with fear. They're unbeaten in 31 league games against Dunfermline, stretching backward, would you believe, to 1972. So it's a bit of a challenge this for the Pars, but some encouragement for them. They did pick up a point, albeit a surprise one, at Ibrox in December. Not many teams managed to do that. 20-year-old David Graham found himself frozen out of Rangers after the arrival of so many big-name signings. He quit Ibrox in November, but has yet to score in 11 games for Dunfermline. How he would love to break his duck against his former club. The Pars captain, Andy Smith, hasn't had a problem scoring goals. 4 in the last 4 games, 9 overall this season. Mind you, last season he weighed in with a mightily impressive 26. Rest assured, he'll be out to give the Italians Perini and Amoruso a rough and tough time. No doubt about the main goal threat from Rangers. Rod Wallace has been a major success story since joining from Leeds last summer. He's having quite a duel with Celtic's Henrik Larsson in the Scottish goal-scoring chart. The speedy Swede ahead by 23-20 after his hat-trick yesterday. It's over to you, Rod. Andrei Kanchelskis has come in for some stick since his Scottish transfer record move from Fiorentina. He's yet to consistently produce the sort of form that made him a hero at Manchester United, which is baffling, really, because at his best, he can be unstoppable. Unstoppable is how Rangers are looking in Scotland at the moment. And like so many top teams around Europe, it's a multinational lineup, just 2 Scots in the starting 11. The starting 11 in which 8 nationalities are represented. It's Dunfermline, and the black and white stripes will hang on to possession in the opening stages at East End Park. The crowd here swelled by huge travelling support. Rangers already on the break as JOHANSSON finds Kanchelskis. Forced wide by Johnson, back inside, and Butler gets down, and Rangers nearly off to a flyer.
Yeah, well, that's the danger for Dunfermline tonight, the pace that Rangers have up front. Kanchelskis timing his run to perfection here, checking onto his left side. It's a decent shot as well, and it's a good save from Lee Butler, who got his angles perfect there.
Kanchelskis could have done with that, actually, having come in for some stick. Here is Barry Nicholson. Started the game at Dundee recently and came on as a sub at Aberdeen. Rangers a bit stretched in defence with Conor Hindley injured and Scott Wilson suspended. The third meeting between the sides this season. Rangers were 2-0 winners here in September. A 1-1 draw was a real shock result at Ibrox in December. To fancy Rangers, but you know that Dunfermline will give their all and show some spirit.
Yeah, I'm sure Dick Campbell would bite the hand off you, offered them a point right now, Ian. But there's no lack of spirit here at Dunfermline. They don't have a great deal of money, no big-name stars, but they've never been short of spirit. And this man here certainly doesn't lack it.
Van Bronckhorst, he's got his cross in, and it was knocked behind by French for a corner.
Yeah, he did the right thing as well. He didn't have a choice. He had no idea who was coming in behind him. And Hamish French back in the defensive area, leading.
45th birthday today, Hamish French. Would it be a happy birthday for him? And Maruso's come up for the corner, which will be swung in by Van Bronckhorst, made by Johnson at the near post. Barry Nicholson given a start tonight. Cat making a couple of other changes as well in dropping Ivash and McCann to the bench.
Yeah, it's good to see that though, because you have to encourage the youngsters, and Dick Advocaat has shown already this season that he's prepared to give them a chance. The Rangers have been criticised in the past for not producing enough native talent, so perhaps it's long overdue.
Shaw was battling away on the touchline. Todd. It's away by Lorenzo Amoruso. Shields, former Rangers man. And Bronkhorst has hurt himself, but it's he who's given away the free kick. Woody Young, the man in charge tonight.
Yes, there's some distress there, Giovanni van Bronckhorst, and crucial, of course, to Rangers. They want to see him back on his feet quickly.
Indeed, Todd, who scored last time we were here at Dunfermline against Dundee United, and no doubt will be looking to get on the end of this free kick.
Yeah, I think Van Bronckhorst's going to be okay. Certainly no signals going to the bench that he needs replacing at the moment. And what a good player he's been for Dick Advocaat. Been outstanding in that midfield area.
Dick Advocaat with very much a no-nonsense approach to management. He's a man who knows what he wants, and you get the feeling he'll get it.
Well, he's back on his feet, and that's encouraging for Rangers. There appeared to be a knock on the thigh. Danger, of course, is that that might tighten up as the game goes on, but I think they'll want to give him as long as possible.
The big men of Dunfermline piling into the box, and they score a fair few goals like that, don't they?
Yeah, that's the best bet. They'll try and get it into the box as often and as early as possible. And Andy Todd is no slouch in the air, as Lorenzo Amoruso and Sergio Perino, I'm sure we'll find out as this game wears on.
It's flicked on by Alberts. Van Bronckhorst to Wallace. Couldn't quite take it with him. Nicholson. Ferguson. Ferguson again. It was well won back by JOHANSSON from Shields. Ferguson to Kanchelskis. Oh dear. He made a mess of his cross, Kanchelskis.
Yeah, he made a mess of the cross, but he's getting acres of room out on that right-hand side, even this early in the match. Gavin Johnson's been asked to tuck in to cover his central defenders. Kanchelskis had plenty of time to deliver here, and it's just a complete fluff.
Alberts. It's a lovely pass to Jonatan JOHANSSON, and Butler gets down to smother, but Rangers firing a few early warning signs here.
It's a decent chance. I thought he may have used his left arm to control it, but it's a decent chance. He was ahead of Todd. He had half a yard to pull the trigger.
Gavin Johnson went straight to Vidmar, which most definitely was not his intention. But Huxford up towards David Graham, the former Rangers man, and now Ferguson. And that will give Dunfermline a bit of encouragement.
Yeah, he knows he should have done better there. Rangers backed off him. Amoruso decided to stay goal side, backed off him. It's on his left side there. I think Derek would normally have rather fancied it on his right side and didn't really hit it properly, but encouraging for Dick Campbell, I'm sure, to see Dunfermline's midfield getting forward like that.
The up and under from Shields. Smith trying to flick it onto Graham. Smith, in fact, has it now. Here's the teenager McGrurty, and he took on Nicholson. McGrurty again. And Barry Nicholson gets stuck into the 18-year-old, although only just 18. Celebrated his birthday yesterday. This little flick didn't quite work then. Alberts. Wallace, but here's Derek Ferguson. McGrurty. Ferguson. And his brother Barry, not far away from him. McGrurty's cross, and Graham's header! and it's just about collected by Stefan Klos, but how David Graham would have enjoyed that if it had gone in against his old club.
What a good delivery from the 18-year-old. That's a superb cross. And really it's there for the taking for David Graham. It's a magnificent ball in from Chris McGorty. The header was headed down the way as it should have been, but there wasn't enough direction to beat Klos.
Here's Andy Smith, back to McGroarty. Johnson, firmly headed away by Amoruso. Huxford. Now Rangers could break, but Derek Ferguson, facing his former club, decides that they won't. Given away by Albert to Shaw. Dunfermline closing in quickly on their opponents. Here's Nicholson though. Kanchelskis. Barry Ferguson. Suspect they might change sides here with Vidmar going down the left, and he'll get the free kick.
Yeah, no argument about that. He was too busy looking at the ball there. Tommy Vidmar gets it front on. He's fortunate not to get a yellow card for that.
Huxford, who played for a few clubs in England. Australian international Vidmar. Dunfermline have only lost 8 of their 23 league matches this season, which is hardly typical of a side right at the bottom, but their big problem is draws. 13 of them, more than any other side in Scotland. Van Bronckhorst with a free kick. Wallace had peeled away. Perini, who's had to move into the heart of the defence with Wilson suspended and Hendry injured. Tried to send it over the top of Gavin Johnson, didn't quite manage it, but Wallace has it anyway. And delivers a decent cross, and the header from Van Bronckhorst bounds down and up for Butler.
Yeah, once again Van Bronckhorst driving into that back post area. It's a good ball in there from Rod Wallace. And Van Bronckhorst did well to get across Richie Huxford at that back post area.
Van Bronckhorst. Alberts. Wallace sees it opening up in front of him. Ferguson. David Graham shakes off Perini. He comes back for a bit more, but still he goes, David Graham, and that's a foul by Nicholson.
I think he's fortunate not to get a yellow for this. I know Nicholson is losing his balance here, but Graham's in a great position. Willie Young having a quiet word with the youngster. But another encouraging break from Dunfermline, and he's well pleased at this stage, Dick Campbell.
Smith and Todd will rush in from the far post, no doubt, for this Johnson free kick. Rangers facing an aerial threat here as Johnson sends it in. It's stripped away by Van Bronckhorst. Nobody seemed to want to go and get it. JOHANSSON did. Ferguson. And that was neat from Kanchelskis, who will now join this Rangers attack. It's Nicholson. Ferguson. Alberts. Barry Ferguson. Nicholson wanted it and gets it. Ferguson again. Alberts. Ferguson has run into the box. Kanchelskis. Nicholson. And Gavin Johnson saved the corner. Signed from Wigan last summer, but Ipswich fans will remember him as well. Spent some 8 years at Portman Road. Bronkhorst. Away by Todd, but straight to Nicholson. Alberts. Barry Ferguson. Slightly overhit for Kanchelskis.
Yeah, it's overhit, but Dunfermline are being exposed in this left-back position. Gavin Johnson has been pulled in there beside his two centre-backs. Kanchelskis has had the run of this right-hand side so far.
Dunfermline with just 2 league wins in 23 games this season, both here at East End Park against Dundee and Dundee United. Not that they've got anything against that city. Perini met by Johnson, but here's Ferguson. Johansson away by Todd. Johansson nipping in everywhere, and he gets it back from Alberts. Good covering from Shields.
Yeah, what a good season he's having. Former Rangers player, of course. And he's been outstanding so far this season for Dunfermline.
Alberts' cross, dealt with by Todd. And Maruso. I think that'll be a free kick. Smith with the trip.
Yeah, no hard feelings, a bit of clumsiness here from Andy Smith. Typical forwards challenge.
Rangers aiming for a 5th away win on the spin. They really have been in awesome form since returning from their winter break in Florida. 4-0 at Dundee, 4-2 at Aberdeen. Their 3rd consecutive away match here. And Celtic and Kilmarnock no doubt hoping that the bottom club Dunfermline can do them a favour in the title race. Todd. McGrorty. Ferguson with some sort of back pass. Chelsea is unable to keep it in. Johnson's throw. Ferguson. Neatly finding McGrorty. Johnson. Smith. Away by Vidmar. Graham gets to it first. David Graham, just 20 years of age. Dick Campbell signed him from Rangers in November. He made 4 appearances in the early part of the season. The Ibrox club. But was never really going to get much of a sniff in the side. So Dunfermline's first corner is snuffed out by Alberts.
Yeah, he's not happy. He feels that George Alberts was encroaching there.
Nobody wants to take the throw at the moment. Smith. There's nobody on that far stick, although, having said that, Graham did his best to get there.
Well, Stefan Klos is going to have to earn his money tonight, because Dunfermline have shown already that they're going to try and get it into the back post as quickly and as often as possible, and that's when a defence really needs the goalkeeper to come and dominate that area. He's not the biggest, Stefan Klos, great shot stopper, but he's going to have to come and dominate tonight.
Here's McGrorty, who looks a promising talent. Graham trying to keep it in play and failing. Nicholson with Rangers' throw. Well, by this time at Dundee and at Aberdeen, Rangers were 2-0 up in both games, so they're slipping. McGrorty. one of the Rangers youngsters. McGhee won that particular duel with Wallace. Johnson up to Andy Smith, away by Amoruso, then by Nicholson. Lee Butler once on the books of Aston Villa. Goal for Dunfermline these days. That's a poor kick out though, straight to Kanchelskis. Johnson finding McGhee. Just out of play, it might have been, but the officials decided otherwise. Nicholson. Ferguson electing on a change of sides. Alberts. JOHANSSON. Turned into Johnson. Interception from Lorenzo Amoruso. Now what can Ferguson orchestrate here? Or maybe what can Kanchelskis orchestrate now? Nicholson arrives on the scene. Ferguson. Alberts with Vidmar to his left, but Alberts goes for goal with one of his special strikes. And Lee Butler, well, I suppose he might have expected it.
Well, if it's anybody else, you don't feel the need to close down there, but with this guy, he fancies it from everywhere. That's a good strike. And Lee Butler had to be on his toes. Got it at the second attempt, but it's swerving away. And a decent effort from George Alberts.
Here's Shaw. Aimed towards Andy Smith, but a comfortable catch for Stefan Klos.
Yeah, it wasn't a good ball in from George Shaw. Didn't really give Andy Smith the chance to go and attack it. Klos was always favourite.
Just to give you an idea of the gulf between the sides, Dunfermline have scored 20 goals in all competition this season. Rangers have scored 81. Image French. Derek Ferguson. David Graham now. McGhee didn't get that cross right. Wallace looking for Alberts. Cut out by Shaw. Shields finding Smith now. Shaw is there with him. Andy Smith. But in step Van Bronckhorst. And here's the Dutchman again, finding Alberts. Alberts pinged in the direction of Kanchelskis and just knocked out of play by Gavin Johnson.
Yeah, George Alberts trying to switch it. Rangers so far really haven't managed to get Kanchelskis on the ball often enough for me. Enjoying a lot of room out here on the right hand side. Most of it so far for Rangers has gone down the left though.
Ferguson, that's a lovely pass to Vidmar. And this could be promising for Rangers. JOHANSSON! Exceptional save from Lee Butler to frustrate the Finn, Jonatan JOHANSSON, but what a move.
Well, he thought he had scored. It's a magnificent header, and that is a fabulous reflex save from Lee Butler. JOHANSSON did everything right here. He thinks it's inside the right-hand post, and what a stop that is.
Van Bronckhorst with the resulting corner, which was palmed away by Butler, and Alberts sends it into, about Roel.
Well, a real let-off for Dunfermline, but what a good save that was from Lee Butler. And that's the danger. Dunfermline have had a good chunk of the game so far, but Rangers are always likely to break. And it's a good ball in behind there for Tony Vidmar. Smashing cross for a fullback. And Butler does magnificently well.
Van Bronckhorst He blazed over. And it opened up again for Rangers then.
Yeah, just signs now that Rangers are stepping up a gear or two. Have looked a bit cold in the early stages of the match, but they're starting to get players forward. Van Bronckhorst, a good chance here, gets under it.
Shaw giving Graham something to chase here, and Maruso did well. Perini chose the stands. All Italian central defence for Rangers. Sergio Perini and Lorenzo Amoruso. Shields, former Rangers man. And Rangers get the throw.
Well, not a lot in it, really. I think Dick Campbell will be pleased with the way his side have started. Just signs, though, in the last 5 minutes or so that Rangers are starting to get at them at the back. Starting to get a bit of good width from Vidmar on the left. Van Bronckhorst getting into the box now. At times, I think Dunfermline just throwing too many midfield players forward.
Dick Campbell and Dick Advocat, the two men in charge, both with very different priorities this season. The title a must for the Dutchman. Survival, the main aim for Campbell. George Alberts finds young Barry Nicholson. Cut out by Derek Ferguson. Firmly up against one of the Glasgow Giants this week in Rangers. Next week they're off to the other Celtic in the Scottish Cup. Barry Ferguson. That was a strange one.
Yeah, it gives Dunfermline a chance to get the ball back because they've been chasing the game for the last 5 minutes. They really have to get Derek Ferguson more involved in this game. He is the one man who can make the play for Dunfermline. Bypassing him right now.
Perini. Rod Wallace. Johansson's flick on. And it was away by Huxford, then by Todd, straight to Amoruso. Feature a pass that to Alberts. Away by Todd, but the flag was up anyway.
Yeah, offside given. It's a good early ball that whipped in by Alberts. Todd did well to come forward and win it. Not a lot in that. Todd was winning it anyway.
Rangers unbeaten in 8 Scottish Premier League games since their 5-1 thrashing at Celtic. Dunfermline are actually unbeaten in 3, but they were all draws, rather typically for them. Maruso, who himself has come in for some stick in his time at Rangers. McGroarty, trapped by Kanchelskis. Johnson. Andy Smith. Maruso has gone out with him. Here's the birthday boy. Not much of a boy anymore, really. 35 now, Hamish French. Not that he looks it. Huxford. Glancing header from David Graham.
Yeah, he was never close enough to put Kloss under any pressure. Never got enough power on it. Yeah, it tells its own story. Rangers certainly in the ascendancy at the moment.
Getting many more on target. Alberts was a bit crowded out by Ferguson and French, but Harry Ferguson got involved with his brother as well, and finds JOHANSSON. Well, that was almost clinical. Such a quick pass, quick drive from JOHANSSON.
It's a great first touch because he appears to be squeezed out here by Shields and Todd. Doesn't have any room, and the ball drops and he's pulled the trigger, dragged the shot wide, but it's good play by Jonatan JOHANSSON and a good early ball from Barry Ferguson.
10 goals to his name this season, JOHANSSON. Referred to Stefan Givash in the starting lineup tonight. Helped on by Barry Ferguson, but it merely finds his brother. The Rangers throw. Vidmar is a man in a hurry. JOHANSSON. Vidmar. Huxford's header drops for JOHANSSON. And his cross will be chewed up by Andy Todd. Alberts. Thought it was a little bit crowded on the left, so switches it to the right. Nicholson. Barry Ferguson. It's patient stuff from Rangers. Perini's header. McCrory. Sergio Perini played in Italy with AC Milan and Juventus. They don't come much bigger than that. There's an injury at the moment to Derek Ferguson. Yeah,
Derek Ferguson's gone down, and he is a big player for Dunfermline tonight. Not unlike his brother Barry, the way he makes the play, plenty of vision, rarely gives it away.
He played over 100 times for Rangers. Derek Ferguson. Tomorrow night, in the FA Carling Premiership, with the London derby, Charlton against Wimbledon. It's on Sky Sports 1 from 7 o'clock. Charlton absolutely desperate for something out of that game. Kanchelskis. Albeck is very advanced, but not much chance of Kanchelskis finding him.
Well, he should have delivered it. Running with the head down, Alberts was in a good position wide left, didn't get it, and certainly wasn't happy that he didn't get it.
JOHANSSON trickled over his boot. And Bronkhorst won the header. Todd. By Shaw for Huxford. Alberts, Van Bronckhorst. Lorenzo Amoruso. Nicholson. Really going back to his keeper.
It's working pretty well for Dunfermline. Everybody back goal side when they lose it. The back four are managing to push up the pitch. That's letting their midfield players get forward and support David Graham and Andy Smith. So far, it's working reasonably well for Dick Campbell.
Wallace to Van Bronckhorst. Wallace again. Plenty of men in the middle, but it won't reach any of them because Shields launched in with an excellent challenge. He's got the throw going his team's way. Rangers' 3 defeats this season in the Scottish Premier League have all come away from Ibrox. At Celtic, Hearts and Motherwell. Dunfermline, though, haven't beaten Rangers in the league for 27 years, would you believe, since the early 70s.
Look at the law of averages on their side, if nothing else.
because they haven't been in the top flight in all that time, just to make it feel slightly better. Ferguson. David Graham. Chelskis has to track back like that under Dick Advocat, who would accept nothing else. Oh, and Smith is in there. And Van Bronckhorst knocked up.
That's a well-worked throw-in.
From another throw, Shaw, away by Vidmar.
That's a long throw, and it's always intended for Smith. Graham makes the run out of the box as a decoy, pulls Perini away. And Andy Smith almost on the end of it to the back post.
This time it'll be a Rangers throw, but Andy Smith is a player who really can be a handful. 26 goals last season. There's a tally that speaks for itself. 9 so far this campaign, 4 of them in the last 4 games. Here's again. Smith's cross, and Nicholson taking no chances.
Well, he gets the applause here from Stefan Klos, who knew that Nicholson was completely unaware of what was going on behind him, and did the right thing. Didn't get a shout, and that was the safest place for it.
So a corner for Klos and Co to contend with. Taken by Shaw. Ditto, another corner. Will Dunfermline fare better from this one? And they finally get it in. Get a move on. Hooray. In it comes from Shaw. Smith's header. And David Graham, it was stopped by Klos, an almighty scramble. And the end result is going to be another corner.
Well, what a reflex save that was from Stefan Klos. Andy Smith climbs all over Perini here. The ball breaks kindly there. Stefan Klos saves Rangers.
McGrorty sends it in this time. Smith's flick on at the near post. Punch away from Klos. A couple of corners causing Rangers problems. Now it's McGrorty. He's down under pressure from Ferguson. Amoruso was staying very calm, but his clearance goes straight to Derek Ferguson. David Graham. Gavin Johnson's going to be able to send just the sort of crossing that Dunfermline love. I was about to say Rangers were on the rack, but look at them now. Wallace to Kanchelskis. Wallace's cross. Vidmar. JOHANSSON. Barry Ferguson. Rangers. Well, that's going to. Well, I thought it was going to go over him. In the end, he couldn't keep it anyway.
Yeah, Barry Nicholson just took his eye off it, but the film certainly had a good spell there for a few minutes. And that's the kind of aerial pressure that we referred to before the game. It's difficult to defend against it, and Dunfermline are so good at delivering the ball to the front post, and they live off the flick on and the knockdown. And no matter how good your defenders are, it's always difficult.
Wallace now. Got it straight into touch. Spent 7 years with Leeds United and played for Southampton, of course, before that, with his 2 brothers down there, Ray and Danny. Nicholson. Wallace's touch, releasing Kanchelskis. Johnson is with him. Ferguson is about to come on to him as well.
Yeah, Derek Ferguson giving Gavin Johnson a bit of cover there. Good defensive play.
Barry Ferguson shaking off his brother. Kanchelskis. Well, actually keeping him played, albeit to little effect.
Yeah, they've managed to control Kanchelskis so far. Makes a good run there to the back post area, but Johnson tracks him all the way.
Shields, McGroarty, Gavin Johnson. Belted into touch by Perini, who played in the 1997 European Cup final for Juventus and was beaten by Dortmund side that included his now teammate, Stefan Klos. Johnson's throw. Rangers unable to dig it out, and here's McGroarty. Cross towards Smith, away by Vidmar, but here's Shaw. That'll be Klos's though.
Good header at the back post from Vidmar. The delightful ball weighted into that back post area. Andy Smith fancied it. Good delivery again from McGroarty, and Vidmar does well.
Alberts. Nicholson. Simpson's touch by Shields. Wallace. Taken off his toes by Greg Shields, who tries to put David Graham away, but Maruso slid in.
It's a good out ball Dunfermline have in David Graham. He's the man with the pace up front. They can always knock it long, and it takes the pressure off, gives the back four a chance to push up, as they have now.
Shields looked for one moment like he might be about to lose his footing. Just as well he didn't with JOHANSSON lurking. Ferguson. Shaw. That's off Alberts. 14 goals to his name this season. Smith. And McGroarty was in there, hence Nicholson having to shunt it away towards the touchline. Half-time approaching, and Dunfermline, despite that pass, have been pretty happy with their lot so far.
Yeah, they've done well tonight. I think the dread of Dick Campbell was that they might lose an early goal and have to go chasing it. And with the pace Rangers have, that isn't the scenario they were looking for, but they've managed to keep the back door shut thanks to a great save from Lee Butler. And they've given Rangers a few problems as well at the other end.
Wallace, Kanchelskis takes up the cause, looks for JOHANSSON, and Hamish French slices it behind for a corner.
Yeah, and they needed the defensive run from French. Otherwise, JOHANSSON was in. The Dunfermline midfield have done well tonight. They've given their back four as much protection as possible.
Rangers catching up on corners. Amoruso hoping to get on the end of this one from Van Bronckhorst. In it goes. Vidmar who made contact. Alberts' header drops for Derek Ferguson. Now Richard Huxford. Smith. Here's Amoruso. chance. Gets it back from Van Bronckhorst. It's going to go across to Nicholson. In fact, it might not go across to Nicholson. McGroty stepped in for Dunfermline. Rangers manager Dick Advocat has a great football mind. I wonder what might be going through that mind at the moment.
I think you might wonder about introducing Neil McCann, give him a bit more natural width on that left-hand side. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst has played as wide as he possibly can out on the left side, but he certainly doesn't offer Rangers the natural width that McCann does.
Here's Derek Ferguson. In fact, it cannoned off him. Shaw, French, Huxford. Onto the chest of Amoruso. It's got a bit too much on it. Dunfermline with only 18 goals in the Scottish Premier League this season. That's the lowest tally. Rangers have the second highest with 47. They're lagging behind Celtic on goals, but we're certainly not on points. Barry Ferguson in first half injury time. Albets. Dunfermline will have to keep their concentration. Albets! He will honestly shoot from absolutely anywhere.
Yeah, he just can't afford to back off, and it opens up from here. There's only one thing in his mind, it swerves away from the left-hand post, but he's always dangerous when he gets in that position.
Up by Shields. Foul on Amoruso. Former Fiorentina man. And Amoruso. Johansson's not down for Wallace. Wrong side of Kanchelskis. And there's nobody over on that side for Rangers.
I just think he wants to go on the inside all the time, which is normally a sign that a wide player has lost his confidence. When a wide player's going well, he wants to go on the outside to the byline and deliver the cross with a natural foot. And Andrew Kanchelskis at the moment looks like the confidence has gone.
Scottish transfer record signing from Fiorentina, but the jury is still out and struggling to reach a verdict. George Shaw and Bronckhorst onto Johansson. Plenty of Rangers men sweeping forward now, but Van Bronckhorst wasn't one of them, as Johansson tried to roll it into his path. And it's half-time at East End Park, and a couple of fine saves from either keeper, Stefan Kloss and Lee Butler. And that's the reason why it's goalless at the break. That was superbly pushed away from Lee Butler. And then Stefan Kloss made himself big to deny David Graham. It may be bottom against top, and it's Rangers who will start the second half, ready presumably to step it up again in their quest for 3 more points. Rangers without a trophy last season, the first time in 12 years, and they did take it rather personally, spending over £30 million on rebuilding the side. It's goalless, and it's Rangers then. Kanchelskis, Porini, Neil McCann, the former Hearts winger, on for Barry Nicholson then, and one man, perhaps not too surprised to see McCann on, is alongside with him.
No surprise at all, Ian. I don't think Rangers have had enough in from the wide areas tonight, and when it did come, the one and only ball of any quality. It came from Tony Vidmar, so no real surprise. And I think the introduction of McCann gives Rangers a balance with Kanchelskis on the right and McCann on the left. And for a side that does play a 4-4-2 system, there just wasn't enough coming in the first half.
Johnson's throw. Picked on by Smith. Powerful header down by Johnson. Here's Richard Huxford. Kanchelskis. Now here's McCrory. Vidmar. Switch to right back, now Van Bronckhorst. McCann looking to release Johansson, but it's away by Todd. And it went out of play. Amoruso. Ferguson. Not much chance of getting there. Through to Lee Butler, played for Villa and Barnsley and Wigan in England. Comfortable knock down for Barry Ferguson, looking to put Kanchelskis away, and Johnson isn't quite sure what to do, so went for safety.
Yeah, again did the right thing. Been pressed by Kanchelskis, opted for the safe route.
Vidmar will take the throw, and it looks like a long one is coming up from the Australian. Wasn't that long in the end. He gets it back from Ferguson. So another throw for Vidmar. Johansson making plenty of movement. Kanchelskis comes to meet it. Barry Ferguson. Cross to Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. Alberts. There's no way through for Alberts. Hamish French cleverly marshalling it behind.
Yeah, he's done a good defensive job tonight, Hamish French. He's helped out at the back. Hasn't managed to get forward too often, but any time Dunfermline have been stretched at the back, it's Hamish French who has been the man to help out.
Graham was quickest to react to that loose one. Huxford. Here's Graham again. David Graham. Couldn't keep it down.
George Alberts wasn't happy with Sergio Perini for backing off here. As Perini did back off, the space opened up and Graham fancied the shot.
Still seeking his first goal for Dunfermline. Actually started the first game of the season for Rangers against Shelbourne in Europe. That seems a very long time ago. And was.
They did need some pace up front, Dunfermline, and David Graham has given them that.
Amoruso. Huxford. Neatly back to his keeper. Rangers haven't had it all their own way here. Having steamrolled Dundee and beaten Aberdeen in their last two games. 8 goals in those 2 games, but none so far in this one. And it's Dunfermline's throw with Richard Huxford. And over Amoruso, and Andy Smith! Oh, hooked away by Perini. Hamish French lobs it back towards Smith. Johnson comes off Perini, short, and Kloss eventually smothers flurry of activity in the Rangers box.
Yeah, Dunfermline, encouraging signs for Dunfermline, getting players into that Rangers box. And that's what they have to do. They can't afford to sit in now. That was the danger. Dick Campbell said before the game, he said the only chance I feel we have is if we push up and try and squeeze the game, allow our midfield players to get forward and support the front two. If we sit in, he felt the game would be too long for his midfield players.
David Graham now, but he ran into Amoruso. There's quite a bit of him to run into. Huxford. Rangers fans a little impatient at some of these stray passing. Amoruso's clearance. Down by Todd. McGroarty. Johnson. A flick by Graham to Andy Smith. Amoruso's pass carries to his keeper. Todd. Offside against David Graham.
Yeah, Perini's hand was up right away. It's the danger of Graham's pace. Now he's running towards his own goal and then changes his mind, so...
Amoruso's free kick is going to drift harmlessly through to Lee Butler. Now it's going to drift harmlessly through to Stefan Kloss. Campbell, he's quite a character. Foul. Perini on Smith.
Yeah, the right elbow's all over Andy Smith here. And it's a chance for Dunfermline to get the big lads up to the back post again. It might be a predictable tactic, but it has been effective in the past for them.
Ferguson, who was in the wars in the first half, if I remember correctly, getting a bit more treatment now.
Yeah, I think he's getting a stud changed.
Johnson's free kick then, flicked on by Smith, well away by Amoruso, and then by Van Bronckhorst. A touch by Johansson, and here go Rangers as Wallace feeds Alberts, who leaves it for Neil McCann. Kanchelskis is on the far post, Wallace is in the middle. Cut out by Johnson. It comes back to McCann. Well, it looked promising initially.
Yeah, Dunfermline caught so short at the back there as Rangers broke. And Kanchelskis was the ball at the back post. Neil McCann couldn't clear the first defender.
David Graham slid in ahead of Amoruso, quickly got to his feet. Now's George Shaw, and there was a foul by Van Bronckhorst on David Graham, and that's going to be a booking. He held him back.
Yeah, he knew that David Graham was too quick for him. He was getting away from him down the right touchline here. And he might feel it's worth picking up a yellow card because Dunfermline were in a good position to break there. Graham was on his way, and Shaw knew exactly where he was, so it's a yellow card for Van Bronckhorst, but he may feel it was worth it.
Derek Ferguson will take the free kick. Oh, here's David Graham. Handball cry from the fans behind the goal, but Willie Young says it was on the chest. Smith. And it comes from Huxford. Andy Smith, wonderful turn. Stopped by Amoruso, Smith tries again. McGroarty tries as well. No way through. But here's Hamish French. Rangers are reeling here. Shaw's cross. Away by Amoruso. McGroarty sends it back in. And here's Smith again. Whipped away by Perini. And now Rangers are going to charge. Straight up the other end with Alberts. Here's Johansson. Back to George Alberts, and couldn't quite keep his footing. Plenty of feet in amongst around him.
He could have gone down there. I thought he was half tripped there. He could have gone down and gone for the penalty, tried to stay on his feet and was eventually squeezed out. have now, though.
Both sides having their moments as well. Here's McCann. Wallace. Kanchelskis, let's rip! Oh, what a sensational goal from Andrei Kanchelskis! He's had a bit of stick lately. There's his answer to it. Wonderful.
Well, what can you say about that? The execution of this is magnificent technique. That's not easy to take. And he catches it flush, and that's why Rangers paid the big money for him. He has done very little since he's come to Ibrox, but just when they needed it, Kanchelskis has delivered big time. It's a good ball in from Wallace to pick him out. And what a volley that is. Lee Butler left helpless.
And Dick Advocat's reaction. Very similar to the Rangers fans and the neutrals who would have enjoyed such a glorious goal. Here's Wallace. JOHANSSON, poor touch from him. Richard Hutchman sent it out of play for the throw. I think it's a free kick actually, going the way of Dunfermline.
Well, it's catch 22 for Dunfermline now, as we see JOHANSSON's foul on Huxford. They have to go and chase it a bit. And that'll suit JOHANSSON and Wallace with their pace up front.
Shields free kick. Away by Vidmar. Kanchelskis, who produced that moment of magic. Now Andy Smith's going to latch onto this, but the flag is up. So it doesn't matter whether he did or not.
Yeah, resigned look about Andy Smith, who's won everything in the air in this second half and has been giving Rangers problems. And he's certainly a yard or two off. I think David Graham's off as well. Put so much into this game. Someone now standing at defeat.
And here McCann trying to get the better of Shields. Now it's Graham. Ferguson releasing Shaw. Gets the cross in, but that will be all too easy for Stefan Klaas. His throw finds Ron Wallace. Ferguson. Albert's looking to put McCann away. Well, how about this, Kanchelskis?
Yeah, you won't see much better this season. He did have time to take it on his chest, actually, but only had one thing in his mind: let it go across him and go for the volley. What a good job he made of it.
Pick that one out, as they say. Here's Van Bronckhorst. Kanchelskis is over wide again. And here's McCann. And now JOHANSSON! It's another brilliant blast. This time from Jonatan JOHANSSON. As Rangers move in for the kill.
Yeah, it's another superb finish. McCann goes for the exchange here. It breaks to JOHANSSON's left side. And Lee Butler knew nothing about it. What a good finish that is. And once again, Butler is completely blameless here. And what a difference a few minutes makes.
Certainly made a difference to him. Jonatan JOHANSSON has his 11th goal of the season. Might have left Rangers earlier in the campaign. Derby were very keen on him. Decided to fight for his place here. Preferred today to French World Cup winner Stéphane Guivarc'h. He's repaid the faith that Dick Advocat has shown in him. Ferguson. Dunfermline stunned by those two stunning goals made by Amoruso. Short. It's come off Van Bronckhorst. It'll be a corner. They had all been going so well, did Campbell?
Yeah, you wouldn't blame the Dunfermline players if the heads were to be down, because they've given it everything tonight. In the space of a few minutes, the game has been turned on its head.
Brought his cross, Gavin Johnson couldn't quite do what Kanchelski's managed.
Well, what a good finish it was from Johansson. Only gets half a yard here, and that's all it took. Butler unsighted there by Greg Shields. Top left-hand corner, and there's nothing that Butler could do.
Really is having a storming season, Jonatan Johansson. Finnish international. Previously played his football with FC Flora in Estonia. It's up by Todd. Dispossessed by Kanchelskis, who's in the mood for a bit of fun. Wallace. Alberts. Here's McCann. Challenged by Huxford. McCann was looking for a penalty, which was never really forthcoming.
Yeah, it was a good long ball though. McCann was trying to get inside Huxford. Young got it right.
Well, Rangers took a while to get their goals, but it looks like they're heading for their 5th away win in a row.
Yeah, I think the mark of this Rangers team is that even when they don't appear to be playing well, they can up the pace now and again, and it's enough to get them the points.
That was a foul by Shields on Johansson. Although it's Hamish French who's being spoken to.
Yeah, word or two out of turn, without any question there. Hamish French been pulled over, and Willie Young doesn't take any dissent at all from players.
Now, Alberts maybe?
Yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you?
They call him the Hammer. We might be about to see why.
So I don't fancy being in that defensive wall.
Here he goes, George Alberts. It's straight through the wall, but not through keeper Butler.
It's a good save because the ball bounces just in front of him, and Wallace is following it in. It's a good catch. Well struck through the gap. Butler does well, body behind it.
Some firm headers from Amoruso today. Andy Smith still chipping away. Huxford sure is chasing this one. And he's fended off Amoruso initially. Corner.
Did well there, George Shaw has quick feet. Tried to get to the byline, but Amoruso read it well. And timed the challenge well.
Broughty sends the corner back to Huxford, who hadn't been picked up, and who sends it in. Vidmar sends it out. Huxford. Ferguson. Barry Ferguson. Kanchelskis is away again. Come off the Rangers man though. David Graham. Nicely done by Amoruso. The distribution not quite matching it though. The Italian who got injured when he first came to Rangers from Fiorentina. Didn't make his debut until the Scottish Cup semi-final last season. Rangers looking like they're going to stretch their unbeaten run to 9 games in the league. looking like they're going to go 12 points clear of Kilmarnock and 13 clear of Celtic. Although Dunfermline will keep plugging away, you can be sure of that.
Yeah, no lack of spirit, but they need one soon if they have any chance at all here. They need to get one back quickly.
They're well ahead on the corners, Dunfermline. This one from Shaw, Todd at the far post, and the presence of Amoruso enough to put him off.
Yeah, it's a good corner. Andy Todd climbs at the back post, he's above Amoruso, but just under the ball. It's a good corner from George Shaw.
Dunfermline having slightly the better the second half, but two clinical strikes from Rangers will prove to be the difference as David Graham tries to smuggle away through. Free kick to the Pars, who have managed to collect only 19 points this season. Bottom of the Scottish Premier League, not a league you want to drop out of. Amoruso's header. Free kick going Rangers' way now.
A verbal exchange there between Rod Wallace and Derek Ferguson. Dunfermline must feel they haven't done a lot wrong tonight. They've just lost out, or losing out to two exceptional goals.
Albert. And Bronkhorst to his left. Johansson, neat little 1-2. It's opening up for Albert. Hamish French closed it down. McCann with the cross. Vidmar. Kanchelskis. Towards Wallace, comes back to Barry Ferguson! Almost number 3 for Rangers.
Yeah, he's just trying to curl that into the bottom left-hand corner. Scored here at East End Park earlier on this season. And he's just looking for the space. He knows where Lee Butler is. He's just trying to bend it round him into the left-hand post. Didn't quite get the contact he was looking for. But Rangers in control now. That a measure of Barry Ferguson's confidence.
Dunfermline not too far behind as far as attempts at goal are concerned, but fair way behind when it comes to on target. Gavin Johnson. I think that took a little bobble as he went to hit it. I'm sure he'll agree. Rod Wallace, who hasn't added to his 20 goals yet. In fact, his best ever goal return for a season was 21, so he's close to equaling that. Alberts. Van Bronckhorst had made the run. Butler came, but didn't quite conquer. And then Richard Hoxford was captain casual.
Yeah, just slackness at the back there for the first time in the match, really, from Dunfermline. It's a good ball in behind for Van Bronckhorst. And Huxford just gets a bit slack here. Almost very costly.
You don't really want to dribble it past Rangers players in your own penalty area. Here's Hamish French. Vidmar, who's been solid and dependable. Kanchelskis. Barry Ferguson. Just under 20 minutes remaining. Wallace. Albert. Johansson. He twists, he turns, and his shot is deflected wide for a corner.
Yeah, just given too much room there by Andy Todd on the edge of the box. Allowed JOHANSSON to turn. He only had one thing in his mind, get that shot in again.
And the kick will be taken by Alberts. It's whipped in towards the far post, where Neil McCann tried to make contact. Dunfermline are going to make a change shortly. The man waiting to come on is Colin Nish. He's not coming on just yet. It's like Chris McGhee, the 18-year-old, will make way. JOHANSSON now. Kanchelskis back for Wallace. It's still not away, but now it will be. That would have been something special as well if Rangers had planted in a third.
Well, that's the benefit of having two front players who can both break wide. We've seen Wallace do it throughout the season. We saw JOHANSSON play a great ball into the box there.
Scoring two goals that you have to admire, but I'm sure Dunfermline didn't admire them an awful amount, and I'm sure the Celtic and Kilmarnock fans weren't overly impressed either. Rod Wallace. Steaming away here, Wallace. McCann. Towards JOHANSSON, who steered it wide. There were two men behind him as well, waiting.
Yeah, good ball in from Neil McCann. Delightfully weighted. JOHANSSON just couldn't climb above it to direct it down. Acknowledges the quality of the ball in from McCann.
So Colin Nish is finally going to get on. He's been waiting, and he's made it. The youngster replacing another as Chris McGhee goes on. Coming on, presumably his manager might have said any chance of a hat-trick. Ferguson. Todd. Dunfermline with a few injury problems this game and 3 suspensions as well. Here's McCann. Be a little tricky, Neil McCann.
Well, it's just so quick. He's an absolute nightmare for a full-back. One of the quickest in the game. And you can see the pace here, and it wins Rangers a corner. Dunfermline really on the back foot now.
Alberts' corner, too high for Vidmar. Comes to Kanchelskis. Away by French. Sergio Parini and Bronkhorst. A wasteful pass from the £5 million Dutchman. Here's Gavin Johnson. Andy Smith. David Graham. George Shaw. Dunfermline could get one back. It would certainly set up a tense finish. And a penalty's been given for the foul by Kanchelskis on Nish, and they have a great chance to get one back.
It's a ball thrown into the back post. I'm not sure Kanchelskis is guilty there. Nish appeared to be climbing.
Well, Rangers are fuming. Maruso went straight across to Willie Young. But it's a chance for Andy Smith to haul Dunfermline back into this game and to set up one heck of a finale. Oh, he's put it wide. quick to apologise. No wonder.
Well, it's costly. It's a chance for Dunfermline to get right back into the match, and he's just pulled it wide of the left-hand post. Tried to tuck it into that top left-hand corner, and he's pulled it wide, and he knows that's a big miss. They really needed that. I honestly didn't think it was a penalty in the first place, because Kanchelskis didn't know that Nish was coming in behind him. Nish appeared to be climbing. So maybe a bit of justice there in the long run.
Yes, justice indeed, as Andrei Kanchelskis goes off for Rangers, replaced by Charlie Miller. Kanchelskis leaves us with this fresh in our minds.
Well, he did very little up until then, but when the contribution came, it was well worth waiting for.
Thanks for that one, Andre. Rangers fans will be saying. Dick Advocat is getting a warning from Willie Young. Not much point continuing the protest about the penalty, because for all the fact that it might not have been one, it was missed anyway. But Dick Advocat making his feelings known.
Yeah, I think he's been sent to the stand. Having a word with Kenny Clark there, the fourth official. No, he's okay. I think he enjoys that from time to time, Dick Advocat.
Well, looks like he has been ordered away from the touchline, Dick Advocat. And David Murray. Is there as well. So it looks like the coach has been ordered away. And it's his side who lead by 2-0 still. After Andy Smith's penalty from hell. McCann's cross. And Ferguson. Ooh, that was not a bad effort from Barry Ferguson.
Yeah, great effort from Barry Ferguson. Look at the whip on this, it appeared to be heading well outside the post. Bent just over the crossbar. Good effort from Ferguson. He really has controlled this game since Rangers went ahead.
Well, the fourth official has confirmed that Dick Advocat has been sent off. So, plenty of controversy. Smith's little knockdown here, and Kloss came, but Perini nicked it behind.
Yeah, good knockdown from Andy Smith into the right area here, and Perini had no choice but to play it out of play. Good knockdown from Andy Smith. That'll be small consolation after missing that vital penalty.
Shaw's corner. And a free kick to Rangers.
Yeah, Andy Todd climbing all over Lorenzo Amoruso at the back post. And they've given Rangers problems when they've delivered the ball into that area. And it appeared to be going well for them until Andrei Kanchelskis took the game by the scruff of the neck.
Kanchelskis seeing out this game from the sidelines. He's got a better view of it than Dick Advocat has at the moment. George Shaw, Huxford, Andy Smith on the chase, and he gets there, he's past Perini, oh, and it's straight at Kloss. David Graham. Andy Smith must be having the feeling that it's one of those days.
Well, did ever so well to make the space. He had Colin Nish. Had he squared it, it would have been a tap-in. It was a good save by Kloss, who had come out to close him down.
Derek Ferguson. Gavin Johnson. And it comes here to Ferguson. Battered down by Kloss.
It's a real chance because there's nobody closing him down here. He's got enough time here. Derek Ferguson, and hits it straight at Kloss. And this was a real chance because he does well here. He skins Perini, and had he squared it across the face of the goal, you can see Colin this with his arms raised. He would have had a tap in.
Dunfermline could have made it. Really uncomfortable for Rangers. But they blew their chance to do so. Oh, here's Charlie Miller. Alberts. Alberts looking for Miller, who'd made the run into the box. Vidmar. Alberts. Ferguson. McCann. McCann teasing Huxford. He's past him. Cross would be too high for Rod Wallace. Mind you, quite a few crosses are. Vidmar. Van Bronckhorst. Neil McCann. Dainty little touch from Alberts, gives it back to McCann. Butler claims the cross.
Yeah, Neil McCann's done well since he came on. They've managed to get the ball into his feet as often as possible, and he's delivered more than a good few crosses in there. Certainly Richie Huxford hasn't enjoyed the contest since Neil McCann was introduced.
Amoruso taking the direct route to Johansson. A little nudge from him on Andy Todd.
Yeah, no argument about this. Little nudge, enough to put Andy Todd off.
John Fraser is going to come on for Dunfermline, the young midfielder, replacing George Shaw. As the seconds tick away, Dunfermline running out of time. What a chance they had to set up a tense finish. Maybe they'll get another chance. Ferguson, Smith. Tony Vidmar will take this throw for Rangers. Beaten to the title last season, of course, by their arch rivals Celtic. But they have every intention of winning it straight back from them. McCann. Fraser just on as a sub in front of him. Poor centre from McCann. Hamish French can clear ranks. Johnson. Straight to Vidmar. Wallace. Straight to Todd. Up towards Andy Smith, but Amoruso has this one covered. Barry Ferguson. It was a crunch period for Rangers coming back from the winter break with 3 away games in a row in the Scottish Premier League. It looks like it will be the maximum 9 points from those 3 trips. And on the road again, of course, next week in the Scottish Cup against Hamilton, which you can see live on Sky Sports. Dunfermline head to Celtic next weekend. They've not had much joy there this season. Into the back of the stands by Vidmar. Reminder that tomorrow night in the FA Carling Premiership, Sky Sports 1 at 7. Charlton desperately needing points. Who don't you want to play when you desperately need points? Wimbledon, London derby, Monday night. Andy Smith knows that that penalty would have made such a difference. In comes a cross. Oh, and it's been knocked just wide by Nish.
It's a good header. He finds the room at the front post and he gets above it to power it down. Just doesn't get the angle right, but Stefan Klos was beaten. It's a good delivery in, and he finds space between Vidmar and Perini, and that's a good effort. Dick Campbell knows now it's not going to be his night, and I don't think he'll be too critical of the performance, but unfortunately we're at a stage in the season now where the only thing that matters, the points on the board, the performances are an irrelevance now.
Rangers sending out a catch as if you can message here, with not their best performance by any stretch of the season, but 2 goals of breathtaking quality. Looks set to seal 3 points. Foul by Graham against his former club. Maruso will take this free kick. Charlie Miller and Bronkhorst, Barry Ferguson, Wallace to his right. He tried to find Johansson through the middle. Eventually he found Wallace, and now here is Johansson. Dug out by Hutchford. Johnson. Derek Ferguson. Todd shaking off Johansson. He'll have to do so again. Johnson. Drops for Charlie Miller. Alberts. Plenty of options to his left. Van Bronckhorst, the first port of call. McCann, the second. Back by Van Bronckhorst for McCann. And it's a corner off Hutchford.
Yeah, that's all Rangers are doing now. Played into the corners. They know the clock is ticking away. A nice 2-goal cushion. And they know now that they're heading back to Glasgow with the 3 points. That's another vital 3 points. Again, that looked a very difficult proposition for them at half-time. And once again, they've come up with the goods.
The hearts of the Rangers fans warmed. Bitterly cold nights in Fife. Miller. Charlie Miller's cross is going to drift behind. Rangers know though that they have the points in the bag here. Dunfermline face a real battle for survival, but they've shown enough spirit and a bit more besides to suggest that they could get out of it, especially when you consider they've only lost 8 games. Well, 9 it will be when the whistle goes shortly. Far too many draws though, 13. Here's Wallace. He's away with Johansson and McCann in the middle, and it'll be Johansson who scores his second of the game and wraps it up nicely for Rangers.
Yeah, they were just caught pushing up there. Johansson, I think, was offside. Wallace certainly wasn't. He's looking across the line, and Johansson gets back into the box for the finish. It's a great run by Wallace, great angled run, and he was certainly onside when it was played in. And it's a good square ball to the front post. And Jonatan Johansson gets a double. It's a good finish. But they're just left exposed there by the defence that were trying to step up.
Jonatan Johansson, despite turning into the invisible man there, it's his 12th goal of the season. So, more comfortable for Rangers at the end of the evening than it looked like it might be 45 minutes ago. Smith will rue that penalty miss. Amoruso. Wallace. Maybe Rangers haven't finished yet. Van Bronckhorst. And a foul on Van Bronckhorst will give Rangers a free kick. And I'm sure Alberts might like to see out the evening in style.
Yeah, good play by Van Bronckhorst, and Huxford just takes him out the play. It's a chance for Rangers to make it 4, which for me would be a very unrealistic finish on the scoreline.
Alberts sizing it up. And Bronckhorst also there. And it is Van Bronckhorst, but it's straight at the wall. Comes back to Charlie Miller. How about a man of the match, David?
Well, I think this was always going to be a game where Dunfermline would throw the ball into the box, often and as early as possible. Stefan Klos, as I said, isn't the biggest, and they needed somebody to dominate that area. And I think Lorenzo Amoruso has done that tonight. I think he's accepted the responsibility. He's dominated his 6-yard box. Hasn't won them all, but I think he's been outstanding.
The full-time whistle. Dick Advocat was ordered off from the touchline, but he had a good view of Andrei Kanchelskis' opener, which put Rangers ahead in the second half. It had been a bit of a slog for them, but Jonatan Johansson's double secured 3 more points. Rod Wallace's cross finished off, and how, by Kanchelskis, silencing his critics tonight. Jonatan Johansson blazed in a second, much to the delight of his manager. Dunfermline could have got back into it though. A rather harsh penalty. Andy Smith sent it wide, and that was that for the Pars. And this was this for Rangers. Jonatan Johansson's second of the game. Catch us if you can. Dunfermline 0, Rangers 3.
A reminder of the international football coming up for you on Tuesday and Wednesday here in Sky Sports. England take on the world champions France. 3 live games. On Tuesday night from 6 o'clock, the under-18s are in action, and that's followed at 8 o'clock by the under-21s. And coming up on Wednesday night from 8 o'clock, it's a full international. England versus France live from Wembley. That's international football coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday night on Sky Sports 2. Tonight at East End Park, after a goalless first half, Rangers got the goals to maintain their title push. Advocat's men winning 3-0. Reaction to it all coming up. Tonight, Rangers maintained their title push, a 3-0 win, Kanchelskis and 2 from Jonatan Johansson. Just one booking in this game, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst of Rangers. No red cards on the field, but Dick Advocat sent to the stand tonight. We saw a good contest in the first half. Dunfermline showing plenty of fight, as we thought they would. Rangers just edged it. Rangers had more of it in the second half, and they made it count in the end. Well, man of the match, Lorenzo Amoruso, and double goal scorer tonight, Jonatan Johansson, are with Martin Geisler.
Fresh out of the dressing room, Jonatan Johansson and Lorenzo Amoruso. Lorenzo, man of the match, congratulations. You enjoy that?
Yeah, of course, but I'm satisfied because I think the team today, especially in the second half, played very well. And it was important to keep away Celtic, especially because, you know, they won yesterday, and we played 3 games away, and then it was important to keep the distance from this team.
You've just come out the dressing room, as they said. What's the manager said to you?
Well, John Craig and some other guy, but doesn't matter. For me, it's important to play well, but with the rest of the team, because if I'm the match man, I think also for the help with my friend on the pitch, you know.
Jonatan, a word about Dunfermline. They played well, didn't they? They were perhaps unlucky just to lose. Well, certainly the first 2 goals were exceptional goals for them to lose.
Yeah, especially in the first half, I think we were quite lucky to keep the score at 0-0, and Stefan made a couple of great saves. So I think, especially in the first time, we were a little bit lucky.
In terms of points, Rangers obviously extended the lead today. It must feel fairly comfortable at the top of the league now.
Yeah, it was good. As Lorenzo said, we had 3 away games in a row anyway. We got 9 points, so it's very good, and we're 13 points clear now, but still a lot to play for, so just taking it easy at the moment.
Lorenzo, Andrei Kanchelskis produced a wonderful goal tonight. Everybody was thrilled by that, but he's come in for a bit of criticism so far. That'll help answer a bit of it, won't it?
Well, you know, when you play not 100%, it's always Andrei need 100% because he's not a very technical player, but he's a very faster player. And when you are not 100% ready, it's difficult to give the maximum on the pitch. But I'm sure Andrei, every time he go on the pitch, he give the maximum, and that's important for us, for the team, for the manager especially. You know.
Thanks very much indeed to both of you. Thank you.
Cheers.
Rushed into top team action, so it's same again for Rangers after